Subscribe in 5 seconds or Mecha Fred will knock down your 1x1. We know how much you guys like the Easter eggs, so we created an Easter egg. Like a big one. It's like a big egg. There's nothing really special about it. It's just like a regular, like a hard boil. You get the little paint kit. There is no time to be messing around when there are Easter eggs afoot. Number 10. The chair house. The first Easter egg is quite a small one, and it's something that most players would have missed. During Season 9, a house in Paradise Palms was littered in chairs, and a fort bike could be found inside Titled, found in a desert house with too many chairs. This place did indeed have too many chairs. However, if you revisit this location in the new Season 10 map, you'll find that the house is no longer filled with chairs, but instead televisions. There isn't really a reason why the orb exploding would replace a random house's chairs, televisions, but our own theory is that all of the people in Paradise Palms may have watched live event on those televisions, and now they're all stockpiled into one house to save space. Maybe they watched the Caddis versus Doggus monster fight on those TVs, or maybe they're from the missile launch as the island has traveled back in time. Granted, Paradise Palms didn't exist during the rocket launch. Who knows? There's so much time travel and back and forth stuff on the map that my head hurts. But TVs for days. And at number 9, we've got the Transformer Robot. The Transformer Robot, made out of cars, has now also changed, but unlike the TV house, this change actually seems to make sense, and we can now work up the best theory of how it ended up that way. Between Mega Ball and Lonely Lodge, there's been a statue made out of vehicles, and it's been in the game since day one. This was one of the most OG Easter eggs on the entire island, and it used to resemble something between Optimus Prime and the Truckosaurus from The Simpsons. After Season 10's launch, the statue has now changed pose and even design. It is missing an arm and holding a telephone pole up to the sky, but if you pay close attention, you'll see that the cars are actually color coordinated to be the exact same as the colors on the Mecha Robot from Season 9's final showdown event. The telephone pole is actually mimicking the sword that the robot used to defeat the monster. Unfortunately, this version of Doggus does not floss. Maybe one day we'll see this truck car statue floss out of nowhere. Our theory for this Easter egg is that the people of the Fortnite Island who remembered the showdown wanted to pay respects to the monster, so they did some DIY and made the Transformers Easter egg into a Doggus one. How sweet of it. Maybe he'll return from space one day to save the island again from the meteor that is frozen in time. Number 8, the shrine. Okay, so this Season 10 Easter egg is pretty disturbing. On top of the mountain to the west of Pleasant Park, you'll be able to find this small shed. You may hear the sound of a chest calling at you from the inside. Beware, because once you break open the shed door, you're greeted to a gang of gnomes. Also, some of them are in high chairs, and that's pretty cheap, so not scared at all. With an Easter egg like this, you'd think it was Fortnitemares or something, but nope, regular old Fortnite. Why did the gnomes in the shed look like they're in some sort of cult or something? Either way, this Easter egg is something you could easily miss as it's hidden on a mountain in the top left of the map, and let's be honest, it's not like people are going out there searching specifically for gnomes. The only reason I'd be looking for gnomes in Season 10 would be to smash them with my pickaxe. Number 7 is the wooden chair. The wooden chair has returned, and while this is a pretty simple Easter egg, you might have missed it. It's one of those Easter eggs that hides in plain sight. This wooden chair was one of the first large structures on the map made out of materials. Now we have the llama and the pyramid and the fish, but the chair was one of the, should I say, OG builds on the map. Epic Games turned the chair from its original form to a sled, and then even turned it into a rocket. They did this without even moving the structure once, but now we're back in time for Season 10, where worlds are colliding once again, and now the chair has returned to us in its full glory. Oh my god, it's a chair. Wow, I missed you, massive chair. Maybe the Polar Peak Caddis monster could sit down on... Yeah, too late for that, oh well. Number 6 is Welcome to Paradise. Here's where it gets juicy, and the foreshadowing for the rest of Season 10 begins. If you've landed at Paradise Palms since Season 10 launched, you might have noticed a brand new sign just outside of the town. I landed Paradise and walked straight past this thing without realizing, but now I'm looking at it like, how did I miss it? It's probably because the Welcome to Paradise sign has been there since the desert biome appeared, but something is different about the sign. Do you see it? Of course you'll see it. The sign has been given a complete redesign, and now it has a 1920s-esque horror feel to it. What else had a 1920s-esque swamp monster horror kind of look? That's right, Moisty Mire. It seems that Epic is hinting big time at the return of Moisty Mire. If you weren't around when Moisty was on the map, it was essentially an overgrown swamp area, which was converted into a movie studio to make some sort of swamp horror film that would be played at Risky Reels. Spoiler alert, Epic Games themselves said that the locations would be changing over time as the season progressed in the patch notes. That's right, the map is going to be changing over time, and that the initial Fortnite map that you see and can play on right now won't be the same by the end of Season 10. Leaks right now point to Neo Tilted becoming a western area called Tilted Town, so what's stopping Paradise Palms from turning back to Moisty Mire? Still not convinced? Well, you might have also missed that a tree from the original Moisty location has appeared, yes, it's appeared, near Paradise Palms inside a small building. Number 5, Risky Reels Theater. Speaking of locations, coming back midway through Season 10, here's another Easter egg on the new Fortnite Island, which might just hint at a fan-favorite location, Risky Reels, returning. Yep, we might get our old drive-in theater back. Risky Reels was an old Fortnite location that was removed in Season 7 and replaced by The Block. It used to be a drive-in theater and had a few houses and some great looting spots, especially with easy ways to get chests. Since its removal, fans have missed it and are saddened that the only thing in the area where Risky Reels once was are a few expedition outposts. Well, that might change further down the line in the season. You go east of Pressure Plant and into the forest, you'll stumble across a small area with 2 couches and a white screen. It looks like a little homemade cinema. That is until you see a miniature version of the Risky Reels sign. Even now in Season 10, it still tells us to prepare for collision. Maybe that frozen meteor in the sky will crash again after all. Risky always knew when to warn us. We'll miss you. Please come back, Risky Reels. Number 4 is Polar Peak. Those weren't the only Easter eggs on the island right now that hint at a location coming back in the future. If you go to Polar Peak's iceberg and look around it, you'll find a tower with a large toilet on top. Once you go to this tower and look inside, there's actually a few more toilets and some fancy machinery. Any OG fan of Fortnite would know that this is a nod to Flush Factory, yet another old Fortnite location, which was removed and replaced by a new POI. Flush Factory was crushed by the iceberg in Season 7 and replaced by Happy Hamlet. Seems that this tower may be hinting at the old toilet factory making its grand return. Either that or Epic Games are just placing random toilets everywhere for no reason. Still a cool Easter egg and a nod to the old locations that existed before all this damn snow showed up. But in at number 3, we've got the giant Teddy house. If you head to Paradise Palms of the map and land just west of the town, you'll find a large shack on the mountain with some ears sticking out of the top. Break the front wall of the shack and ta-da! Oh my god, that's a really creepy teddy bear! I take everything I said back about the nose. Keemstar, forgive me, this takes the cake. Look at those eyes. The cold stare of a lifeless teddy bear. Yep, well, if you destroy the bear, which you definitely should, then there's sometimes a chest behind it for you to loot. Now, you kids enjoy that, or don't. Yeah, why don't you just go subscribe to Top 4 Gaming since you haven't used code T5G? You know, the code's there. It's there to use. Number 2. Legendary Tac. If you pay close attention to the Season 10 cinematic, when you boot up the game, you'll see a legendary tactical SMG appear from Rift, and Jonesy cannot grab it in time. Poor Jonesy. First, he's getting destroyed by mechs in his 1x1. Then he's just trying to mind his own business, and he gets sent through a time warp. Now, this isn't the game yet. However, there is absolutely no way that Epic Games would add a legendary rarity weapon to a trailer that isn't in the game for no reason at all. I personally think it's a good indication that we'll see a legendary tactical SMG in the future. It's definitely an Easter egg that they made quite obvious on purpose, so we notice it. Number 1 is the meteor.
Actually, Top 5 Gaming, it's an asteroid. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll have you know that as soon as you log into Season 10 and boot up a match, every single person knows that the first thing everyone sees in the massive meteor frozen in the sky above Dusty Depot. Still feels weird saying that. Depot? Dusty Depot. Yeah, I'll get used to it. Now, if you land on the meteor, then you can actually find a cool Easter egg hidden inside. Just go to one of the low points of the comet and you'll discover a secret tunnel. Inside this tunnel is a chest, some ammo boxes, and an open escape pod of sorts. Let's do some quick context on the story of Fortnite just so you can understand what this pod is an Easter egg of. In Season 4, the meteor you see frozen in the air actually struck Dusty Depot and left a big crater in the map. From the ashes of this meteor rose the Visitor, an unknown being who is thought to be a time traveler. After crash landing on the island, the Visitor went to Omega's lair and modified the rocket to give it the ability to enter space. The missile launch happens and it's intended to hit Tilted Towers, but as we all know from the live event, the Hop Rocks messed with the rocket and caused it to explode and create a huge mega rift in the sky. Since then, we haven't seen the Visitor. However, the pod in the meteor shows exactly how he came down to the island, and now it shows the Visitor has escaped from the frozen meteor and is somewhere on the map now, plotting his next move. So yeah, this pod in the meteor is indeed the pod that the Visitor originally came down inside and caused the whole missile launch and Dusty Divot thing. Yeah, he was the cause of most of that, but the question is, where is he now? Find out, or don't, in our video on the top 10 Fortnite Season 10 secrets that you missed, which is, you can click that right now. Like, think about it. You could click that video right now, and you could be watching another top 5 gaming video, even though it's a top 10 and our name is top 5. Click the video. Click, it's still on the screen. Why haven't you? Are you going to click it or what?